One rapper walked out of the interview when he felt disrespected, and another rapper pulled a Draco on the interviewer when he called him a snitch. These are rappers shutting down disrespectful interviewers. 50 Cent, the OG from the South Side, ain't one to play with. This dude came up hard in them streets, and that struggle birthed his top album, Get Rich or Die Trying. Now 50's always been about that life, keeping it 100, whether he's slinging in bars or just chopping it up. 50's here schooling the interviewer on how cheap it is to put a hit out if you got the stacks.
Where I'm at, the price of life, I grew up at, the price of life is cheap. So if you got the money, if you got the bag, it's gonna happen. When you drop it, it's a go. So tell me who.
The interviewer, probably sweating bullets, trying to flip the script now, comes at 50 with some weak sauce about slapping him with a lawsuit if things ever popped off. But 50, man, he just shut that noise down quick. Come back with that raw, uncut gangsta talk.
I want to get double the money, but I'm going to say you did all of it.
No, because it ain't gonna matter. Because I'm gonna take the same kind of money that you would get and get it to the homie. And go shoot you, Kev. A couple times. Because they finally get a chance to run. Then they start feeling fun. All of a sudden, everybody don't remember nothing. Nah, that lawsuit, no, I don't want to do that.
No, but wait.
It shot me, then shot at the ambulance.
But that ain't where it ends. 50's got more bodies when it comes to handling disrespect. There's this other time on the For Live joint with Speed. So they're talking and Speed brings up French Montana. You know 50 and French had some beef cooking.
It seems as though it all started with playful banter. It still seems that way to me, but what's up with French? Are you guys cool? Are you not cool?
I don't really have interest in it. Like, there's not much going on.
50 plays it cool at first, but Speed can't take the hint. He keeps pushing, asking about some rumor that 50 put hands on French in a club. Now that's when 50's whole vibe switches up.
There was rumors that you snuffed him in a club in Miami or something. Is there any truth to any of that?
No, there's no truth to that.
Okay.
Would I do a thing like that?
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past you.
Why would you think that way? Would you think Will Smith would do that?
Speed tries to backpedal, but it's too late. 50's already pissed. He ain't about to sit here and let this interviewer play him like that. So he bounces, leaving Speed looking panicked.
I can't believe you would say these things about me.
I'm not saying them about you. The internet said these things about you.
I think this guy right here would assault French Montana.
But
this other guy,
not
me, no. You kidding me?
Okay, word.
Why would I do a thing like that?
50 Cent's been shutting down clowns since the first day he was born. But he ain't the only one who knows how to handle the media game. We have this next rapper here, another New York heavyweight, who had to deal with Charlamagne the God when he stepped out of line. Back in 2014, the legendary crew Onyx rolled up to the Breakfast Club, ready to spit that knowledge about their come-up. They was chopping it up, talking about how they got discovered, and how the late great Jam Master Jay put them on. But then Charlamagne here decides to switch up the vibe. He came at Fredro's star with a question about his ex, Brandy. And that's when got real.
This your radio station.
Cause you know why?
This your block.
You know why? Because I know it was an ambush.
You got ran off your own
I don't
block.
know what them guys had planned. So I had to get out the way.
You got ran off your own block, man. It's all good, though.
It happens. It happens to the best of them.
Sometimes.
Yeah, Fredro wasn't trying to hear none of that. Word is, whatever went down, Brandy might have been underage. So Fredro wasn't about to get caught up in that mess. He straight up tells Charlamagne that he's not feeling that line of questioning. But Charlamagne, the God, kept pushing.
Why we got an issue, bro?
Because you brought some shit up that I ain't like, and I don't like that. I ain't no.
I ain't say you was, but you
don't
said
play
it.
me like that.
Now things are getting kind of crazy. Fredro told him that bringing up his old dirt was disrespectful, and he wasn't going to let it slide. The whole studio's on edge, waiting to see what's going to pop off. Charlamagne, thinking he could cool things down, asks Fredro what he wanted him to do, but that's like throwing gasoline on a fire, you feel me? Fredro went off, no holds barred.
You can't do nothing. That's what I'm saying. You can't do nothing, big man. You can't do nothing.
All good. I ain't here for that.
Good.
I ain't here for that.
Playing the garbage. Don't play me. My name is Fredro Starr.
It's wild that this joint didn't turn physical because Fredro was looking like he was ready to throw hands at any moment. Now, Starr ain't the only one who knows how to check a disrespectful interviewer. This next rapper flashed his strap when the interviewer stepped out of line. Baby Los was riding high after linking up with them Island Boys back in 2020. Shit gets real when Hoodrich Kevin tries to put Los on blast about some viral footage of the Island Boys swapping spit.
Everybody wants to know, did you see the Island Boys kiss?
Bruh, stop mentioning them dudes for real, bruh. Like,
the interviewer kept pushing, even though Los wasn't trying to hear this, and that's when Baby Los had enough and pulled out the heat. He wasn't playing games, asking the interviewer if he wanted to go down.
Like, bruh, stop doing that, bruh. Like, this interview ain't about that. Like, it could go down in this interview, bruh. Like, do you want it to go down in this interview?
So after that went viral, Los was catching heat from all angles. He drops a vid trying to clear everything. He said he only did what he did because the interviewer wouldn't fall back when he told him to. Los straight up said he ain't messing with them Island Boys no more because they went rainbow.
Them dudes went rainbow. Why would I want to be associated? So in the recent interview that y'all clearly see that's going viral, he want to ask me about them.
Lucky for that interviewer, he finally got the message and stopped running his mouth. If he hadn't, things could have got real ugly real quick. Los wasn't playing about that Draco action. Now the whole situation gets the streets buzzing. Some folks are saying Los overreacted, while others felt he was justified in protecting his name. Either way, it was clear Baby Los wasn't about to let nobody play with his reputation, or even push him into a corner. Now this next rapper pulled the same move as Baby and checked J-Mane when he tried to step out of line during their sit-down. FBG Butta and FYB J-Mane link up for an interview, and at first, it's all good. J-Mane's keeping it a buck, asking the right questions, no cap, but then homie starts pushing buttons, bringing up some. That's when Butta starts feeling some type of way. J-Mane thinks he's being slick, pulling out a mousetrap to clown Butta, but Butta ain't with the jokes. He's trying to keep it cool, telling J-Mane to fall back cause he doesn't want to take it there with his day one. But J-Mane ain't picking up what Butta's putting down.
For yo rap.
Boy, what? Come on, folks, stop playing with me, folks.
This a mousetrap.
Man, I don't know nothing about that. Shorty, my
Lil J told me you was a rat, bro.
So instead of chilling, J-Mane keeps pushing, bringing up Lil J again. Now, for them who don't know, Lil J and Butta got some serious beef cooking.
I ain't gonna never flow you out, but this you flowing me out, folks.
Bro.
That's goofy. That's clown, hey man. We gonna start, what you say, we gonna start there? That's goofy.
But J-Mane still ain't done playing. He pulls out this big old block of cheese, putting it right there on the table for everyone to see. In Chicago, they say Butta snitched on Lil J, which is why they ain't cool no more. So J-Mane low-key calling Butta a rat without saying it straight up. That's when Butta had enough of this circus. He pulls out the hammer, cocks it, letting J-Mane know that this ain't no game, no mo. You better be ready for what's coming.
It's a lot.
Come on, J-Mane,
bro.
Folks. Come on, G. Come on, folks. Now that's too far, J-Mane. We gonna start with this too far, J-Mane, folks. What?
Now J-Mane lucky he and Butta go way back. If this was some other interviewer trying to pull this crap, things could have gone sideways, guys. But Butta was ready to air it out, no cap. After this clip hit the net, it went viral faster than a new Jordan drop. Butta caught heat from all angles. Fans were saying he went too hard, that it wasn't that deep. But they don't get it. In the streets, man, being called a snitch is like a death sentence. That ain't no joke. To make a situation even more heated, the boys in blue caught wind of that video. Butta being on papers could have caught a fresh case for having that strap. So he had to flip the script a bit, play it off like it was all a skit, just to keep himself from catching a new charge. Wow. So, speaking of checking folks in interviews, this next rapper thought he was gonna up his street cred, standing on business, but got checked instead. Lil Kelpy rolls up to this podcast thinking he about to spit some real street tales. He goes off about how the SWAT team busted down his door, trying to paint himself as some hardcore gangsta.
And basically just got a no-knock raid. They came in, they pulled me outside some undercovers, and they like drew their guns on me and shit like that, put me in the squad car, and then they all just were like inside my house and like, yo, we got a warrant to search your person and your vehicle and your house.
But almighty suspect ain't no rookie. He's been around the block and can smell Cap from a mile away. He peeps Kelpy's game and decides to call him out on his bull. Suspect starts breaking down how Kelpy's just playing dress up, acting like he's really about that life when he's probably not.
Kind of like blackface. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of like it look like a costume. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like he came in here.
How that's a
He
costume.
came in here wearing that like in his head, like, oh, this is what pimps is supposed to look like.
Now, Kelpy's ego can't handle getting exposed like that, so he starts popping off at the mouth, thinking he can go word for word with Suspect. But he didn't know who he was messing with. The more he talks, the more he digs his own grave.
Out of
I
here.
ain't never seen no bitch.
Who are you?
I'm Lil
Who
Kelpy.
are you? No
Kelpy
one
the
knows
pimp.
you.
Kelpy the motherfucker.
Be the
pimp.
clown.
You
Out
gotta
of
know
here.
who I am.
Out of here.
Ben Franklin knows who I am.
Out of here.
That's when Suspect loses it. He's had enough of this fake tough guy act. What happens next is straight up verbal beatdownage. Suspect's tearing into Kelpy, exposing all his lies and putting him in his place. It's like watching a lion toy with its prey before finally pouncing.
What? Every day. I said
You
Ben
said-
Franklin knows who the I am. Bitch.
Who you calling a bitch?
I'm calling you a bitch.
Some folks started whispering that this whole thing might have been staged, like some inside job to get views. But ain't no real proof of that. Seems like it was just a case of a young rapper biting off more than he could chew and getting put in check by someone who can actually throw a punch. You can't just go around claiming street cred you ain't earned, man. Sooner or later, someone's gonna call your bluff. And if you ain't ready to stand on business, you might find yourself in a world of hurt. Now, believe it or not, rappers are capable of taking the calm, stoic route. This next rapper checks his interviewer for asking sus questions. This up-and-coming Atlanta spitter, Baby Kia, about to do his thing on camera. Little did he know he was stepping in with Little Pistol, known for throwing shade and trying to clown on rappers during his sit-downs. So Pistol's whole shtick is to push buttons. But this time, homie took it too far. He starts popping off at the mouth, asking BK some sus questions.
A female ever try to eat your before? Hey, bro. Where the hell you from?
Well, that's when got real. Baby Kia wasn't about to let some whack interviewer play him like that, so in a hot second, he immediately checked him. He lets Pistol know quick that this ain't no game and he don't play them kind of games.
Man. Say that shit. I don't know. I don't play that shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared of man, I ain't gonna lie.
Pistol knew he stepped out of bounds and BK wasn't the one to test. But speaking of these wild interviews, this next rapper is known for keeping it real, maybe even too real, and storming out like a boss when things get heated. Kanye West been making waves in his interviews, but not in the way you'd expect. Man's been bouncing out like he got somewhere better to be. First up, we got Yee sitting down with Piers Morgan thinking it's gonna be a smooth ride for some reason, so nah. Piers comes in hot, trying to press Kanye about his takes on slavery and the Jewish community.
When you said on Instagram, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Now, many people who are Jewish found that deeply offensive.
Yee wasn't having none of that. Every time Piers tries to put words in his mouth or play armchair shrink, Kanye shuts it down, turning it into a straight-up verbal sparring match, with Yee pushing back on what he felt was some biased questioning.
After that moment happens, then I will say, I'm sorry.
Okay, if that's your position.
That's clear. Interview adjourned. Love you.
When it was clear they weren't seeing eye to eye, Kanye did what Kanye does best. He bounced. Man just got up and walked out. No one went to cut his losses. He wasn't about to let Morgan tell him he was off his rocker or needed his mind changed. He showed he ain't afraid to dip when he ain't getting that respect. But hold up, cause that ain't where it ended. Kanye rolls up to the Timcast IRL podcast, ready to spill about that rough patch he was going through. But instead of keeping it cool, he starts pointing fingers, blaming his troubles on Jewish folks.
It's like a dog was biting my arm, and I almost shed a tear, almost. But I still walked in stride through it. Yeah.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Ooh, Tim wasn't feeling Yee's angle though. So Kanye, again being Kanye, calls him out. He wanted to know why Tim wasn't naming names. Why wasn't he backing up Yee's claims about who was causing him grief?
Who was they, though?
We can't say who they is,
corporate
can we?
press. I'm not using the. I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys use. I'm talking.
It is
about
them though, isn't it? I mean, because
No.
and because when you think about it,
Before Tim could even break down why he wasn't riding with Kanye's views, he felt his struggles were being brushed off. He wasn't about to sit here and let someone downplay his issues. So, what'd he do? That's right, he dipped out again.
in 2018.
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Like, okay, so how about? Are you leaving?
Are you afraid of the press?
He's gone.
You see, Kanye made it clear. He's out when he feels the convo ain't going his way. It's pretty simple. Some folks say Yee's lost it. Others are saying he's just misunderstood. But one thing's for sure. When Kanye sits for an interview, you never know if he's going to stay till the end or just hit that early exit before it even gets started. In the end, whether you're with Yee or not, you can't deny the man knows how to make an exit. And speaking of exits, our next rapper must have taken out a page out of Yee's book, because he knows how to dip out too. EST Gee rolls up to an interview with Bootleg Kev, and he was ready to talk about his music and projects that he has lined up, but Kev was more interested in talking about Gee's football background than his rap hustle.
I've seen this picture of you at the NFL Combine.
Yeah.
Which...
What? Yeah, I ain't seen no picture of no NFL Combine.
Well, I saw you in like the NFL Combine looking like workout.
Kev was going on about seeing a pic with Gee with some football gear, asking for the details. But Gee shot him down, saying that if he saw that pic, he should have read up on it too. Talk about cold. You could tell my man Gee was getting a little heated.
A workout.
Was that just a workout you were doing for a team?
I don't know. How you see the picture, you ain't read the article that came with it?
Kev just kept going on, but Gee wasn't interested in talking about his football career. Gee was done, and you could just see it on his face. He wanted to talk about music, not football.
You played linebacker, right?
What do that got to do with music and shit right now?
No, I'm just curious because I'm a big football fan. So I'm just like...
He just shut it down and started ignoring Kev until he finally dipped out of there.
Rock with Gotti, and what is something over the last 2 or 3 years that you have learned?
Let's switch gears and talk about another rapper checking a disrespectful interviewer. Remember when Beanie Sigel was on The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God? That was another classic G-check, man. We have Philly legend Beanie Sigel up in the building, and he ain't here to mess around. The OG's repping the streets for years, and he ain't about to let some radio jockeys try to play him. Now, Beanie's got a history with Hub and the whole Rockefeller movement, but that partnership didn't last forever. Even after going their separate ways, Beans stayed true to the game and kept it hood. He knows what's up, and he ain't about to let nobody disrespect him, especially not on camera. So Beanie pulls up to the Breakfast Club, and you know Charlamagne's got his sights set on stirring up some drama. Charlamagne asks about the beef between Beanie, Meek Mill, and The Game.
You sounding like a hater lately, man.
A hater?
Yeah.
How you say that? A hater?
Cause I feel like, you know, you put out 2 diss records, but then you was in the studio with Meek like 8 days prior to the first diss record. And I'm like, if anybody else did that, I think you'd be saying that was a move.
But Sigel, he ain't falling for that nonsense. He shuts this down quick.
I don't think you qualified to even say I sound like a hater because you don't know all the particulars. So how you qualified to say I'm a hater? Hate on what?
Well,
and why?
I'm just telling you based
but
on what
why do you say I'm a hater?
Oh, he schooled Charlamagne, letting him know that this ain't just some rap beef for the studio. It's real life, street level kind of stuff. Charlamagne's been interviewing rappers all day. He should have known what they're truly capable of when it comes to that kind of street life. The other host jumps in and takes some of the heat away from Charlamagne.
So what happened there? Why did you jump on that record?
For my city.
But you and Game were cool.
Yeah.
And then Game?
Because it's music.
Beanie explains despite all the beef that goes between artists at the end of the day, it's all about the music. The vibes are actually kind of good, but Charlamagne just couldn't keep it quiet and tries to bring back the conversation to his point.
But you can understand how some people don't think what you're doing is all the way solid.
You might not think that, and you're not qualified, dog. You're a radio personality, man.
Beanie ain't about to let some radio personality try to punk him or even play him a fool. He goes off on Charlamagne, telling him he shouldn't mess with someone actually from the streets.
Attempted murders in the height of my career. It's dangerous. You don't know nothing about that, man.
No.
You sit up here and your job is to play games. But play with something safe, man. Don't play with me.
All right.
But Beanie didn't come alone. Nah, word on the street is he rolled up to the Breakfast Club with a few of his goons in tow. Now, you know how these OGs do, they ain't playing no games, so Sigel made sure he had his muscle there to back him up, just in case Charlamagne or anyone else tried to get out of line. Makes sense? And now speaking of rappers keeping it real, let's talk about how Broke as checked an interviewer who tried to come at him sideways. Broke AF Cat, a real OG from the streets, ain't playing games, especially when it comes to interviews. This dude's been through some trenches, talking about how he's been shot 10 times already, so you know he ain't the one to mess with. So Broke as pulls up for an interview with this dude, Hoodrich Kevin, and at first everything's cool. They just kicking it, chatting about that usual rappy stuff, you know. But then Hoodrich decides to go and stir that pot, asking about a certain incident that went down.
I handled that though. What you mean you had to do? Like, what you mean by that, bro? You okay? You know, you want to see what happened? I mean, I was just asking, bro. I was just trying to see what happened, bro. I can show you. Turn the camera on. No, it's good, bro. Like, you don't gotta get into all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good. All right, yeah.
Now, Broke ain't having it. He lets Hoodrich know, straight up, that he's pissed off and the situation about to escalate if he keeps pressing the issue. But Hoodrich, he just keeps insisting that he's just asking questions, trying to act all innocent. Well, that's when Broke AF had enough and decides to bounce. But then Kevin asks him if he wants an Uber to get out of here.
I'm trying to call my ride, bro. What's up? You need a ride? I said I gotta call my motherfucking driver. I don't need no ride. I get your Uber.
Now here's the thing. Broke don't take kindly to that disrespect. He pulls out a Draco he's got tucked in his shorts and confronts Hoodrich, letting him know that he ain't about to be treated like no little b****. Hoodrich better watch his mouth and his tone if he knows what's good for him.
I don't need no Uber, bro. What's up with you, bro? I'm good, man. Alright, I was silent. I look like I need an Uber now. I'm just saying, but I can help you out, man. It's like it's not that serious.
Fortunately, Broke AF didn't start busting caps right there and then. He kept his cool and just dipped out. But that was a close call. Broke ain't the type to be playing around with, you know? If you disrespect or try to punk him, he's gonna let you know real quick that he ain't the one. Speaking of rappers who don't take no disrespect now, this next rapper had to school some men on what goes down when you're at the top of your game. And a woman. The queen of rap, Nicki Minaj, really ain't the one to play with, especially when it comes to some whack interviewer trying to push that BS. This dude tried to come at Nicki sideways, acting like her being assertive was some kind of problem. But Nicki, oh, she shuts down that noise.
Assertive. When a man is assertive, he's a boss.
Bossed up.
He bossed up.
Yeah, he bossed up.
No negative connotation behind bossed up, but lots of negative connotation behind being a bitch.
She straight schools this guy on double standards for female MCs in the game. She would bring up Trump and Martha Stewart to even illustrate her point. Like how a dude can flex all day and get props, but a woman does the same and suddenly it's an issue. Nicki wasn't having none of that.
Run our company the same way and be the same way. Oh, evil. But Donald Trump, he gets to hang out with young and have 50 different wives and just be cool. Oh, Donald, we love you. Donald Trump. But when you're a girl, you have to be like everything. You have to be You have to be dope at what you do, but you have to be super sweet, and you have to be sexy, and you have to be this, and you have to be that, and you have to be nice, and you have to... It's like, I can't be all those things at once. I'm a human being.
Now, this next rapper might have taken things a little too far when dealing with radio hosts taking his name in vain, but it still worked. Birdman. The OG in this rap game. Been putting in work since way back. But lately, cats been running their mouths about his business moves, saying he's been playing dirty. The Breakfast Club crew is out here spreading word that Birdman was jacking his artist paper. Straight disrespect in the man's name. So when that noise hits Birdman's ears, he wasn't about to let it slide. Oh, he handles it old school, face to face. He rolls up to the Breakfast Club studio, ready to set the record straight and put some respect back on his name.
Yes, sir. I want to start this straight telling all three of y'all stop playing with my name. Let's go on there. Let's go. Stop playing with my... Let's go.
Let's do it on camera.
Birdman came with that energy, letting them know right off the bat that he wasn't there to play. Before they could even get the mics hot, he was already laying down the law, demanding respect for his name and his grind.
Get it off your chest, Birdman.
I said it already. I ain't got to talk no more.
Cause I don't understand the angle. Like what?
I said it already.
So why come here?
I did it already. I'm here. So what's happening?
I mean, it's all good, but I'm saying why?
And I'm here. What's happening?
I'm all good.
Now, the real beef was between Birdman and Charlamagne the God. Birdman made it crystal clear that he could have pulled up on Charlamagne anytime, anywhere. But he wanted to handle this face to face, like real G's do.
I wanted to talk to you on your man in your face.
Absolutely.
You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man.
Charlamagne asks him why they got a problem, and Birdman keeps it 100.
You'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
Did you pull up on Ross that way or Trick Daddy?
I'm pulling up on you.
This whole thing wasn't your typical sit-down. Birdman didn't come through to answer no questions or play nice for cameras. He was there on a mission to check Charlamagne and that whole Breakfast Club crew. He kept it short, sweet, and to the point. And once he made that point and let him know what time it was, Birdman was out. He said what he came to say, and that was that.
I'm the radio guy. Why pull up on the radio guy? Don't act tough with the radio guy.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking. Let's rock.
All right.
And after that, the Breakfast Club and everyone watching knew that disrespecting his name and his hustle wasn't gonna fly. In the industry, your word and your reputation are everything. And if someone's out here trying to play with that, you gotta check them, no matter who they are.